Good afternoon, everyone. It's Captain Chandler with your police department, here with Rich with your Community Connection Live update, where we talk about what happened the past 7 days in our community. And this week, Rich, has been pretty busy for us. I know students are on fall break, and it really hasn't dealt with anything related to a student or a teenager or fall break in general. It's just other folks causing problems in our community. So, sometimes during fall break, we are busier, and this week has proven that. And we'll get into that, all the different stuff. But man, how's your day going?
It's been a good day. It's been hectic and busy, but it's been a good day.
Yeah, Dana saying here on the chat, what a gorgeous day in MJ, and it absolutely is. And we've got Karen Summy chiming in. Hey, guys, I think she may be on a cruise, and some other folks as well. So good afternoon to Stephanie and Judy. We are glad each of you are joining with another 50 plus of you watching live. But Rich, earlier this week, I was looking at our crime stat numbers, and it always seems like we're about 6 months behind on the true numbers because stuff has to get finalized and reports have to get in, and then your numbers, you can look at them, and it looks pretty good for us. And I have that here. Just wanted to pull it up on our crime stats update. But overall crime, all offense types, we are down almost 3% across the community. And the crime is basically broken down into three different categories: crimes against persons, crimes against property, and crimes against society. And the crimes against society are a lot of the crimes that our officers kind of generate that crime, right? It's off of proactivity. They may find a vehicle, find drugs in the car, and then that leads to a crime hit on us as a crime that occurred in our community. But it's really generated off of their proactivity. And that is up 21%. But the stuff that really affects people in our community and property in our community, that's down. Crimes against persons are down 10%. Crimes against property are down 20%. How does that look in detail? Yeah, it's down 67% for robbery, 29% for car theft, 41% for car burglary, 34% for burglary in general, like to a building or a home, and then 12% theft from a building. And that's kind of like an outdoor type building. Correct me if I'm wrong, Rich. You're the crime stat guy here, and theft from a building is more like sheds and stuff. Am I correct?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And then burglary would be more of like a home, right?
Correct. Homes or businesses.
Homes or business, down 34%. So everything's looking really good. And I know we hear about crime often in the community. That's because we communicate that to you very frequently. We're as transparent as we can be. We keep you informed about things that happen in the community. But really, your officers are working hard every single day to keep this city as safe as we can. We are surrounded by communities with a lot higher crime rate, and about 98% of those we arrest in our community for committing crime are not residents of the city of Mount Juliet. So it's a bit unique in our way of policing in the community and just wanting to keep our residents and visitors and everyone safe here by keeping the crime out as best as we can. But Rich, let's see how it looks the past 7 days with your weekly update.
Yeah, sure thing. So this week we're covering October the 6th through October the 12th, getting into our numbers. We got 882 police calls for service, 67 fire calls, 23 crime reports, 61 arrest charges, 401 traffic stops with 215 citations, some real good proactive numbers.
Yeah.
31 non-injury crashes and 10 injury crashes. Those crash numbers are creeping up a little bit. So we like to see those numbers down as low as we can get them, but they're starting to creep up, possibly because some of the kids being out of school and nice weather being around, but it's hard to predict those sometimes.
Right.
And on the crime reports, we had 8 theft reports, 4 family disturbances, 3 each for property damage, forgery, and fraud, and a couple of harassment charges. Cool. And into the arrest charges this week, 11 each for driving on suspended or revoked driver's license and simple possession of drugs, 8 arrest warrants, 7 no driver's license, 5 DUIs, and 3 each for shoplifting and manufacture or sale of controlled substance. And you can see the rest there. That's just kind of the highlight of what we've been working with this week. But again, there's some real good proactive numbers in those top 4 categories.
Yeah, the stuff at the top, Rich, the driving on suspended, simple possession of drugs, arrest warrants, no driver's license, driving under the influence. That's a lot of proactive type work, again, where the officers discover that during their patrols. So great work on their part. They truly keep the city as safe as they can, but it is a team effort. It's community wide. We all work together to truly keep Mount Juliet safe.
And on the neighborhood and school zone traffic enforcement, Chandler Point Marketplace, Nonneville Road, Old Mount Juliet Road, Belinda City, Park Glen, Jackson Hills, Hickory Hills, Oak Hall, and of course all of our school zones. 105 stops, 42 citations, and 4 arrests.
Gotcha.
And onto the Guardian Shield stats. The top 3 stats that everyone really likes to see there in the top right: 133 stolen cars recovered, 59 stolen plates recovered, and 91 wanted persons ever since the program's been in place. And that's what I got for you on stats.
Awesome. For the incidents that happened this week, you may have got the notice that we had a brief pursuit, very, very low speed pursuit. This was after the Wilson County Sheriff's Office stopped an individual for window tint and following too close. And then when they were up at the vehicle, they started questioning about a potential odor of marijuana in the car, and the suspect took off. The Sheriff's Office did not chase, really doesn't meet the threshold to chase for that. But when our officer found the vehicle after we received information and the description of this car, the tire was flat on the car on I-40, so it was going slow. Our officer again lit it up with blue lights and turned on a siren and attempt to pull it over. And it just drove at really low speeds. It exited at Mount Juliet Road. The suspect pulled into the mattress firm. And then when the officer was asking the suspect to get out of the car, requesting that suspect to get out of the car, and then having to order the suspect to get out of the car, that person refused to even show their hands. At some point in time, both hands were hidden. He would always keep one hand hidden. He was on the phone at the same time. And so we had to block Mount Juliet Road briefly. We had to call in our crisis negotiations team to speak with this person with their skill level. And eventually the suspect got out. But even when the suspect got out of the car, still pretty passive, not following directions and keeping his hands up. And he quickly reached into his pocket and pulled out a lighter very quickly to light a blunt, which is a marijuana blunt, and smoked that as our officers took him into custody. Turned out, Rich, through that there was a loaded gun in the vehicle, there was illegal drugs in the car, and that suspect had a suspended driver's license. And we also put a notice out too about thieves targeting unlocked cars down in the Providence area. And we had 2 suspects captured on surveillance video. Very good surveillance video. I wish I knew what brand of camera that is, Rich, because it was very, very good to capture that detail on the suspect's face. And they went through a couple of vehicles on Pemberton Court, Stafford Drive, and Foster Lane, and they were looking for unlocked cars. You see them on video just pulling on those door handles, hoping to find something unlocked. And if they did, they then went through the vehicle to try to find something of value. We had 2 reports of theft filed. I believe some more maybe came in after this release, up to 4, but an iPhone, jewelry, and wallet were stolen. And if you see in this top picture here where the little hand is pointing, that suspect is carrying a gun. And by looking at the photos, they look like teenagers or young adults. One has gun in hand, finger looks like it's barely off the trigger. And if you confront these individuals, it's our fear that they will shoot back at you, which is scary. We don't want anyone to be hurt by any means over vehicle burglary. So if you ever see this happening in a neighborhood or something suspicious, please do not confront them. They are typically armed. We want you as a community member to give us a call, and our officers will rush out there to do whatever we can to take these suspects into custody. But it's dangerous. It's so dangerous. They find guns by, again, looking through unlocked cars and finding those items of value, which many times they find guns that are not secure in a vehicle. And that just puts a gun in the hand of someone out committing crime in our area. It appears when we looked further into it, you can see this vehicle in the top right-hand corner is a silver Nissan Rogue. A couple of days prior to these incidents, a silver Nissan Rogue was stolen from the Nashville area. And it's possibly they were just operating a stolen vehicle, drove into our community undetected, and began to commit crime. So just be careful about that. Always lock your vehicle if you can. take the items of value out. Definitely secure your firearm, take it inside, or have it in a lockbox where it's not easily accessible. And then yesterday, some great police work from one of our officers, Officer Shanna Drake, stopped this vehicle. She serves on our CEU team and focuses on traffic enforcement in neighborhoods. But she saw this black BMW coming out of Tuscan Gardens and looked at this Texas temporary tag, and it was altered with Sharpie marker. That's illegal. To have an altered temp tag, she made a traffic stop on that vehicle, and a search led to more improper registration plates, a window punch, drug paraphernalia, and a large amount of cash in the car, an abnormal amount of cash in that vehicle that people don't usually carry with them. And so as the traffic stop progressed and through that investigation, we received a call in the 5100 block of Giardino Drive, which is also in Tuscan Gardens. And a landscaper just had a large amount of cash stolen out of his vehicle. The neighbor had the theft captured on surveillance video. We have full surveillance video of this occurring. The same BMW and the suspects in this jump out, open the unlocked truck door, and take the cash out of this man's truck, the victim's truck. And the officer, Shanna Drake, who originally stopped the BMW, we had no clue that they were actually theft suspects. It was pointing more towards a drug investigation, but then it quickly swapped to a theft suspect investigation after a victim called us and said their money was just stolen. Our detectives are looking into it. 2 people were arrested. A 28-year-old from Houston charged with burglary, altered tag, and no driver's license, and a 27-year-old from Houston charged with burglary and drug paraphernalia. Further investigation revealed that these suspects followed the victim into Mount Juliet. Now, our detectives are trying to determine if the suspects actually followed the victim from the bank where he just withdrew that amount of cash. Could be possible. We truly don't know for sure. We have to look into it, but everything is pointing to that. And the detectives have also found information that these suspects are traveling across the region. So we want anyone with any information regarding these suspects or possible other crimes that they are committing to please give us a call so we can look into it. And you can give us a call on our tip line at 615-754-8477 or our website. You can submit an anonymous tip at MJPD.org. But great work from our officer. Again, just the proactive work that they do, looking for people committing crime, trying to harm people in our community. They stop a car that's often altered temp tag and find a recent theft that occurred where a lot of cash was stolen. Back to the weather. Rich, what you got?
Yeah, so today, as most of you can probably tell, it's pretty windy outside. So if you're going to be out and about on the lakes are under a red flag warning until 7 o'clock tonight. So be careful out on the waterways out and around Middle Tennessee. Other than the red flag warning, it's looking gorgeous outside, feeling gorgeous outside today and tonight. We got a chance of getting wet over the weekend. So y'all make sure you got your rain gear with you Saturday and Sunday if you're going to be out and about. Temperatures are going to be pretty pleasant, though, upper 70s during the day, mid 50s, and a little bit cooler in the evenings. Monday, the cold front's going to push back in, though. So high on Monday is going to be 60, low in the 30s on Monday. So this is going to be, we need to enjoy this weather, the temperatures over the weekend before the cold front pushes back through. So at this point, none of the rain over the weekend right now is calling for severe threats. If that changes, of course, we'll come to you and keep you posted and let you know. But the folks over at NWS Nashville, the Weather Service, will definitely keep us abreast of that. And if that changes, we'll let everybody know.
Great. And Rich, red flag warning, that is like trying to prevent fires that catch in the brush and the trees and on the grass. It means the winds are high and the humidity is very low. Things are dry.
Yeah, it applies to the fires as well. It's kind of a dual thing. It's the waterways, the fire hazards. It covers a little bit of everything. It's an old thing from for the waterways is from people who used to live around beaches might understand it a little better for the waterways. But yeah, it's since we had our last round of rain here in Mount Juliet, the burn ban was recently lifted by Chief Luffman. So the red flag warning also applies to the dry conditions for burning as well. So yeah, good catch.
Awesome. To everyone who made it out to our Faith in Blue weekend celebration at headquarters with our chili cook-off and open house, it was an awesome event. Rich, I think the numbers showed about 250 to 300 people here. We ran out of chili. We'll need to up our chili count for next year for sure, but it was a wonderful weather day, and a lot of great people came out. You have Director Roush from the TBI there with Chief. We were grateful to have him out and join us during the celebration. A lot of different community members, and just give a shout out to our best chili team, which was a business team, the Rooter Dude. So bottom right-hand corner is him and his family. And overall, they were the most voted for team and had some really, really good chili. But we had great chili across the different teams that were participating. So next year, look out for this during October. We would love to have you out and about to join us. Coffee with a Cop is Friday, October the 21st. We will be at Ready Teddy's, which is a coffee place at the corner of Old Lebanon Dirt Road and Mount Juliet Road next to the Dairy Queen. So we would love to have you out. Come out and meet a couple of us. The chief of police will be there, and many other officers as well. It's just a way for you to come out, get some free coffee, meet us, chat, ask some questions, bring any concerns, complaints, or praise that you want to bring our way. We'll be glad to listen to you for sure and try to give you some feedback as well. The Senior Center is having one of their larger fundraisers that helps fund what they do for our community's seniors. It's their Spaghetti Days on October 20th and Friday the 21st. They will deliver it to you, or you can pick it up. A meal is $14, and if you would like tickets, you can call 615-758-9114 for those tickets, and they will get them to you. But it's the Jackie Benton Memorial Spaghetti Days. Jackie served on the Senior Center board with me for many years, and she had a big heart for our seniors. And the Rotary, Mount Juliet Breakfast Rotary also help out as well. And Rich, they actually cook all the noodles. So
yeah, they do a great job there. That spaghetti
Very
dinner
good.
is really good.
But the sauce is that makes it so good. Nancy Britt, she's a great cook. She's the one that brings us the wonderful cheesecake ever so often here. But award-winning cheesecake, very, very good. Also want to just mention this about an investigation the Wilson County Sheriff's Office has going on. Everyone's trying to determine what happened to Maya Fuller. It's a murder investigation, and it simply says here, the Wilson County Sheriff's Office is requesting information that you may have regarding the murder of Maya Fuller. Maya was last seen alive by her family members on July 29th in Murfreesboro, where she lived, and she was known to hang out at the Kroger in North Nashville off Monroe Street. Her car was located close to the Island Vibes nightclub, which is where she went late Saturday on July 30th into July 31st. And that club is off of Antioch Pike, close to Harding Place. And sadly, her body was discovered on August 6th in Trammell Lane in a wooded area, which is in the southeastern portion of Wilson County, close to Lebanon. And they want anyone with any information that would aid in this investigation to please call them. And you can call their detective division at 615-444-1459. And there are links below on here with Crime Stoppers, 615-444-5245, to leave an anonymous tip as well. But, we need to solve this crime. The county does for sure, and bring justice to Maya. There's obviously a dangerous person out there who caused harm to her. So if you know anything about this case, give the sheriff's office a call, give them some information, and try to help them out on any information that you may have to help them solve the crime. If you have any questions, please type those in the comments. We like these updates to be interactive. And I see a couple questions, Rich. I'm going to just grab a couple here. From Kathy, any thoughts on the recent spoofing spam calls saying that are MJ police and are asking for money to cancel potential warrants? Definitely a scam, Kathy. There's a lot of different scams out there that call us. We trace the phone numbers that goes out of country, like to South Africa, different areas, the Middle East sometimes, and we can't solve those crimes nor stop them. So when you receive these phone calls, if something sounds off, always just call the Mount Juliet Police Department, and the dispatcher can verify if you're truly concerned about warrants that could be out there for you, whatever it may be. Just call us, let us know, and we can give you that confidence that, hey, this is a scam. Do not send money to anyone. Do not send gift cards to anyone. Things just don't normally work that way. And Dana here, she just has a comment. We should have a sign that welcomes people to MJ that says, "Welcome to Mount Juliet. If you are here to cause trouble, our cops will get you." So that's a bit of the goal. We want to keep everyone we can safe here. Karen's just replying to another person's comment about any volunteer opportunities. So we have a Citizens Police Academy that is starting soon, and it's a great way to learn about MJPD and what you can do. That then allows you to join the alumni group that we have here, and then they volunteer and help us out with all kinds of events and in-house at headquarters throughout. And Dorothy, again, the follow-up to your question, if you go to our website, mjpd.org, click on the Citizens Police Academy, it will allow you to send in an application so you can be contacted when we have another class going on. Liz, is everyone okay from the fire at Arby's? Yeah, everyone got out fine. The smoke just kind of grew, and the fire department eventually got into the building and found it kind of between some structure material and put that fire out. So we're grateful that everyone is okay. And my guess is Arby's will be back open fairly soon, get everything repaired and fixed up. If you have anything, just type it in the comments. We'll be glad to get to it. Good deal. Rich, what's going on the rest of your evening, afternoon?
Well, I'll be getting out on the road tonight a little bit and having some fun. Looking forward to that. Hi from hello to my friend from Germany there, Ty Smith, that made a comment there. What up, Ty?
Yeah, from Germany. How do you know him?
Him and his wife stopped by. They were over here vacationing, and they popped into headquarters to visit. He's actually a police officer over there.
Awesome. Well, maybe we can recruit him to come work for MJPD one day.
Was already working on that one.
Already working on it? Good deal.
Yeah.
I'll be out with you too, Rich. It's interesting how you say you'll be out having fun, but it is rewarding to be able to get out and serve the community and help people with whatever it may be. And you're constantly out there finding folks who are stranded on the side of the road or helping them be safe on the roadway with your community service officer program. Great program. If you see the trucks out and about, folks, that are checkerboard with black graphics and bright lime green, yellow graphics. I guess that's how you describe it. Is it yellow or green, Rich? Well, how would you describe it?
Well, one truck is yellow, one truck is lime. So we're working on getting them the same.
Getting them to match. So if you see that checkerboard, black and yellow or black and green truck out there, it's our community service team. And Rich could be in one of those trucks riding around out helping folks. All right, we've been on almost 25 minutes, Rich. Good update, a lot of good detailed information that we got out. Grateful for our community and all the support that you provide our officers every single day. It truly leads to them feeling better about what they do each and every day. It gives them the support, but also encourages them to get out and work even harder for our community because they know our community values what they do each and every day. So thank you so much. We hope you stay safe this weekend. If you need anything, all you need to do is just reach out and give us a call. We're going to work through solutions to help you. It may not be us that help you directly, but we will try to find someone who could help you. I heard Rich on the phone a minute ago trying to give directions to someone who had an animal issue that our animal control doesn't deal with. Rich, what was it? A raccoon, a snake, a skunk?
No, she actually had she lived just outside of the city limits and was having some issues with some kittens. So I was trying to help her out with that.
With the kittens. Okay. So maybe does Wilson County Animal Control deal with kittens? I don't think they do they?
I don't think they do. So I was referring her to some private agencies.
Private agencies to help. Well, awesome. So again, folks, we'll help you get through whatever problem you have as best as we can. So give us a call if you need anything, and we hope you stay safe this weekend. If there's anything you need, you know who to call. Take care, everyone. Have a wonderful weekend.